final block to complete your pillar number 1 is the power of networking events. Again, you downplay this to your own peril. That is why pillar number 1 is so critical. This block 5 is what crowns. I want you to imagine in your mind, you have been building this pillar number 1, you have put block 1, you have put the second block, you have put the third block, now you have put the fourth. Now this is the crowning block that makes it stand. Power of networking events. If you don't get that, you are not getting this strategic mindset right. Let me talk to you here. This is me right here. All right? These are separate events. Okay? Where I blew up my business. That one on the left is with one of the topmost guys. It's called the one with the bald head, what's his name now? Very, very big, at least in those days. That's Mike Phil, my first coach, my first real coach. That's under that picture, this picture right here, the one at the bottom left. That's the picture of the owner with the owner of my class. That is the owner of Warrior Forum, Warrior Plus rather. So when I'm telling you about all these guys, now I can call them on the phone. I have all their numbers. I have any problem, I call them. This is the owner of Warrior Plus that is doing millions of dollars every month in sales. This is Mike Phil right here. This is Omar Martin. And this is, oh my God, very popular guy from Dominican Republic. Okay? You have to learn how to harness the power of networking events. That is what will blow your business. I know that now there are not too many physical networking events, even though I'm always ready to attend one. Fumbi Ofunketu has been trying to connect me with some. I appreciate you for that. Keep bringing them, especially the ones that are happening physically. Me, I want to travel there. I want to meet the guys. Because once you meet them in person once, they become your maga for life. They become your friends, is what I mean. There's nothing you want that they will not do for you. They treat you as equal. When I went to this conference, this Warrior Forum conference, I've not really made any money. And these are the guys that were doing $200,000, $300,000 online easy every month. That is the owner of one of the biggest JV platforms. Excuse me, let me get some water. These are people that in real life, if you send them a message, they will not even return your message. But when you go to this event, there's a lot of fun there. During the day, they do training. Then in the evenings, there's party. There's rocking up and down. And that is where you cement your relationship with them. That is how I got into the books of Mike Phil, where basically he then became my one-on-one coach without even charging me money. Yes, I did sign up for his mastermind. That was $1,000 a month. But if you know Mike Phil, that time, that's nothing to him. It's way back in 2016, 2015. Mike Phil, coaching is $25,000. What you get with the $1,000 a month is a group coaching, just like what you guys are doing now. And he doesn't even do it every day. It's once every 3 months. You have to travel to San Diego. That's his mastermind. $1,000 a month. All you get is a mastermind in San Diego. And then, of course, to be fair to him, he also does something by email. It's like mass email, where you guys can respond to each other, but you are reading it by email. At that point, there was no Zoom. At that point, there was no Discord. At that point, there was no Facebook group like that people are used to. It's by email that he does. $1K a month, 2016, $12K a year. They're not playing with you. But this guy, when I met him on these events, we became buddies for life. Now I know his wife. When he was getting married, I was one of the guys he invited. He got married on the cruise, on a cruise that we go every year. I went to 7 straight cruises with him. From that 2013 to when the COVID struck, I was going every year because it's my most powerful moment of getting big deals. Again, I fell off the wagon. I have not gone since COVID. I know they didn't do it in 2020, but they did it in 2021. I didn't go. They did it in 2022. I didn't go. They did it this year. It's every January. But guess what? I already paid for the one of next year because I'm back on the course now. I paid for 2. There's a second one that David Michaels is doing in April next year. And I want everybody that is an elite, you got to find that money if you can, especially those of you living abroad. So visa is not your problem. If you're in London, you get a visa to US. If you're in America, if you're in any part, this is easy. And if you're in Nigeria and you want to go, you start now. You make your down payment. It's only the cruise for April next year is $300 per person down payment. So if you want to go with your wife or your husband, it's $600 down payment. If you want to go by yourself, I think the initial payment they insist for individual also is $600. But your total fee is like $1,500 or less for the whole cruise, which includes 8-day cruise plus all the food, all the drinks, everything is included for those 8 days. It is a transformative. If you have not started going on network invest, you don't have the netpreneur mindset. Okay? So this to me is the absolute crown on the head of your strategic mindset. Thank God now, all networking events are not offline. So don't say, oh, I don't have money to go on a cruise, so I can't do networking. No. Online events, even Clubhouse, that's a networking event where you go from room to room to network with people. I just organized an AI conference where I had 10 of the best guys in AI coming to speak at the event. I didn't pay any of them a dime. How did I get them? It is through networking on Facebook, on Clubhouse. If you are showing up and you are going on that stage, you raise up your hand, you go on stage. And as they are contributing, you also raise up your hand and contribute. Just make sure when you contribute, you make sense. If you don't have anything sensible to say, don't talk. Because if they perceive you as stupid, nobody wants to associate with you. But it's very easy to make sense. When you get on stage, even if you don't understand the topic much, you have listened to 5 or 6 people. When it comes to your time, you simply say, I've just been blessed by this room today. Then you basically review what somebody has said. Maybe you have made note. I really like what Mike Frisame said about this, about that. I love what Shegun just shared about this. It really blessed me. Thank you guys so much for organizing this. It's the kind of thing Shara does well. When she comes on stage, she just gives props to some of the big names there. And then you are not giving prop like you are ass licking. You're actually summarizing what they said to show that you listened, to show that you are part of the, that you are not just there to be playing around. You are actually paying attention. And they love that, by the way. Everybody has an ego. When you get on stage and you say, wow, that's a beautiful thing Dr. Kwe just shared. It really changed my life. I like the way he said this, way he said that. Dr. Kwe will fall in love with you unconsciously. It's the way human beings are wired. Especially if you really spoke the truth about what he said. You spoke something that is positive. Even if you don't like other stuff that he said, you ignore that one. Talk about one thing that he said that hits you. It felt like he has made an impact. Guess what? If you inbox that person tomorrow and say, I want you to come and speak at my room, they will come. If you have something you need from them, or you want to launch your product and you are saying my product is coming out, those are the people you speak to. And they will come. That's the power of networking events. Some of you, I don't see you on Clubhouse, like Bishop. You are not ready to make money yet. You are still, and you are not ready. Okay? You tell yourself you don't have internet. You don't have this. You have internet when you are hungry enough. I can assure you. You will figure it out. Okay? Eric, I don't see you enough anymore on Clubhouse. You need to be there. We have a room every day that you need to be there. Not for me. It's for yourself. Because you're going to learn. Every room that we open is more opportunity for you to establish your presence, because I will introduce you. That's a member of our elite circle. We are going to have a badge for the elites, and I'm going to give it to you guys. And I want you guys, we are going to do like with the way we did the banner that everybody is using now, that is nice, that allows you to show your picture while at the same time showing your tag. That's the kind of thing I want to create. I'm going to ask Ayobami to help us do that. You put it on so they know you're special. You're an elite. Guess what? It gives you clout. And then you start opening your own room too, where you start generating class. And people come in and you network there. It's so powerful, I cannot tell you. When I went for my first cruise, it is from there my JV manager introduced me to all the power players. They don't know me from Adam before. And there's no way they will have promoted my stuff. I'm new. They don't know if my product is going to work. They don't know if I'm going to collect money and run away. But guess what? All the power players promoted Mobimatic. That's why we're able to do $430,000. Why? Because my JV manager was able to introduce me to them in person. Because I went on that event, the one in Orlando. It was not the cruise. It was the one they did in Orlando in October. I launched in November. October, they had an event in Orlando. Mike Filsame, this guy. Sorry, not Mike Filsame. Omar Martin, the one that I said my coach, the one that fired me from his coaching program. He had an annual event he does. And I attended it. It was at that event, my JV manager was taking me around, all the big players. That's why you see me then taking pictures with them. You should also form the habit of taking pictures with celebrities. It's all part of building your profile. Even if it's on Zoom, go there and ask questions live. When you are asking that, your picture and their picture will show. Screenshot that. Most people don't know where you took it, even if you told them in Zoom, but you are on the same stage with the guy. That's how you build power. It's not, that's how you build clout. I don't care why people have made clout to be a negative thing. Clout is when you tap into the grace of somebody who's higher than you. That's the way clout is supposed to be used. I don't get clout for people lower than me or people on the same level with me. You get clout by people who are better positioned than you. And take pictures with them, talk about, oh, I was on the same stage with Ope Banwo the other day, and he did this, he did that. It rubs off on you. Just like you hear me talk about Gary Anderson a lot. It is what it is. So you need to sacrifice to be. I'm waiting for Funke to post that link. I want you to have that link. Save it, even if you don't have the money to do it now. I'm begging you. I want us to go with at least 10 elites. All right, Don King, you don't have a choice. I'm calling some of you out because I know you will go and find the money. Lee, you don't have a choice. You live in America. Go look for that credit card and charge the damn thing. You are coming on that cruise. Who else will I harass here? Lee is here. Share, you don't have a choice. And I'm not playing with all of you. All right? I want to go introduce you to my powers. We have one coming up end of January and another one in April. I recommend the April one because that gives you more time to get it together unless you have money to be able to go to the one in January. The one in January is with the one that Mike Filsame organizes. The one I've been going for the last, yes, that is the link right there. For the one in April. That's the one I'm trying to get you guys to commit to because then you can make monthly payments. Once you can find that initial payment of $600, okay, then you make monthly payments for the next 6 months for the balance. I think it's a great deal. If you are going with your significant order, I recommend that. It's going to be $300 down payment for each. But if you can't go with your significant order, then go by yourself. 8 days. Going to 4 islands. Before then, I will even teach you how to take it down because you are going there to work. You are going to have fun, but you have 3 or 4 targets that are in your niche. I will identify them for you based on your niche. That these are the 3 or 4 people you want to focus your energy on when you're on that cruise. By the time you leave that cruise, they should be your best friends. So that it is where when they are going to go eat, that's where you want to eat your own. When you guys are on the island and they are dancing in the water, you want to be dancing around them in the water around them so that they will know you very well. We will even go there with your packages that you give them some stuff free so that they become your friend. It is critical. How many of you will go to this cruise? I need to find the link for the other one of January. But this is one for April. I want you to make a commitment to me. Now you can find the money. Oh yeah, I want to hear cruise if you are going to be going for this. And the way you prove it to me is to go look for the money and go pay the down payment. Lock it down. All right? And when you are locking it down, when you are signing up, they don't pay commission, but you can you pick who recommended it, pick my name at the bottom when you are signing up. Because what they do is that if you get up to 10, they will allow you to speak on stage. You have to understand there are 400 top-level marketers. Out of that 400, 100 are really, really top level. The remaining 300 are people like you, like me, bringing my own team along. So it's a great privilege for them to even allow you to speak for 10 minutes. But they only allow those who invited at least 10 people on the cruise. That's our profits. They don't give us commission. I want to make sure I get 10. That's why I'm shouting now. Okay, Fumbi say we'll try. Please do. Now, if you're in a country where you need visa, because this thing takes off from San Juan, which is part of a good question. I even have to ask them if you need visa to go to San Juan. I know it's part of US. I don't know how that works, but what I will get them to do, they will give you a letter of invitation and give you all the support that they need for you to get that visa. Okay, I'm not promising I will get you the visa, but I'm promising I will work with you to help you get it. I'm an immigration lawyer, is what I do, right? I'm not going to charge you. Okay, if you're in the US, you don't need visa. I want to know whether those from Nigeria, whether they need visa to go to San Juan, which is where we take off. If they do, I'm going to get David Michaels, the owner of the event. The one in January is organized by this guy, Mike Filsim. Then the one on April, which is where we are going for, is organized by David Michaels. He's also a very good friend. He has been to Nigeria before. I brought him to Nigeria when I was still in the event niche, which is one of my earliest niches. I organize events every quarter. I bring people from abroad to come and teach people about digital business in Nigeria. David Michaels is one of those guys I've brought twice. He's the owner of 123employees.com, one of the biggest outsourcing companies in the Philippines. He lives in the US. He's organizing it. So I will work with him if you are in Nigeria and you really want to do this. Yes, April is one on the island. Yes, the one you see. April, there's all of them go on the island, like this one of one social club cruise. We're going to be stopping on 5 islands, okay, in that 8 days. So the way it does is the cruise moves on, and every day you land on one island and you stay there for about 4 or 5 hours. People do shopping. They go to their beach. You have fun. Then you get back on the boat and you keep moving. Okay, so that's for April. Okay, and then we have the one for January, which is takes off from Orlando. Mike Filsame lives in Orlando, or rather, the cruise itself is from Orlando. Sometimes they move it to California. I think the next one is in Orlando that he moves, and he also goes through 5 islands. So they are more like copycat of each other because it's almost the same crowd. David Michaels comes for the one in January himself, but it's very big now. He decided to organize his own cruise on his own that has 300 people. So we are going to be sub-cruise under them. Depending on how we grow over the next 1 year or two, I may organize a Business Nation cruise directly, just us. If I think I can get 100 people to pay, I'll do it. And then that will be our cruise. That people organize it for them. They pay them money so that they can have training during the day. They have dinner together. They have lunch together. They have exercises that they do. They have parties. They bring in a musician. All of that is in the works. I have no problem. I know I can do that. I can get people to put that together for me. For now, we don't have that number. All right. So when I come to Nigeria, even I'm going to do a Business Nation party, but it's going to be literally for everybody who can have, who has some Bitcoin, or maybe they have our NFT. If our NFT is out, then I want to make it an NFT party. You have to buy at least one NFT to be able to come to that party. But that is not this. This is an 8-day thing. All right. So that is that. I'm only seeing one. I see Donald King is the only one that is for sure. Share, are you coming or not? Where are you calling in from? Are you not in the US or London? I know Lee is in London. Lee, are you coming or not? You can't hide. You'll find that money. I don't care. Go find it. It's our 1,500. They will say, Coach has come. But this is how, it's not for me. I'm going to go regardless. But I know that when you go in there, your life can never be the same again. All those guys that you are thinking are big names, and they are big names. You get to meet them one-on-one, and they get to become your friends. You won't need me to get access to them anymore. Like some coaches like to, oh, you're in New York, Share. You don't have a choice. I'm going to hound you. Go make that down payment. New York. You got to come. You know, we are married now, so you got to come as my wife too. So I'm going to be there with so many wives. So you better be there. All right. Where is Lee? Is Lee gone? Or she's hiding? Lee, where are you?
I'm hiding.
You cannot hide. You're obligated now. Like Share, I'm going to stress you out until you find that money. All right, let's keep going here. Of course, it's not compulsory if you cannot afford it. It's just me encouraging everybody to do it if they can. All right, let's go back to the training. Okay, so that is block number 5, power of networking events. So here's a summary of the 5 blocks, or rather, summary of what you get when you attend events as a strategic netpreneur. You meet the legends in person. Meeting somebody in person is different from just chatting with them. And remember now, events also include online ones. Don't just think I'm talking physical. Physical is better, but now you can attend events on Zoom. You can attend events on Clubhouse. To me, it's the same thing. You get to meet them in person. You cement relationships through discussions. After all, I was able to get 10 of them to come to my event, even though they don't know me from Adam before. And these are guys that typically would charge to speak on stages. They decided to come for my 3-day event for free. So I cemented relationships there. You learn what's working now by interacting for events. You get more credibility from peers. That is why you want to be showing up on Clubhouse. Like I said, this is done both online and offline now, post-COVID. Don't think that I have to attend that cruise before I can start to employ the power of networking events. Networking is happening every day on Twitter, on Clubhouse, on Zoom. Just show up. You get more credibility. You get encouraged. The more people are talking about what we are doing, that's why we are opening that room on a daily basis to be able to. That means I'm going to have to change the time that we do it now, because we are meeting here every Monday, every Monday. So I have to move the Clubhouse event to like 4 p.m. I don't really want to skip it. I really want to keep doing that. And then figure out how I will reduce this workshop. We are almost at the 4-hour mark. Enjoy the journey. So why are networking events? Why they can help you become more successful? You go there to learn and observe. You have a list of people you want to meet and why. Even when you're on Clubhouse, you should be targeted. You have a list of people you want to chat with, so that when they're on the same stage with you, you can start to back channel them and have a discussion. Of course, if you're going to have the best event, you should have freebies to give out to get them to join your list. This is more for physical events, even online events. So that when you go to Clubhouse, you should have something you are giving people for free when you speak. That gives you a certain kind of leverage. All right. So hang around the bars and back. Now, these are all for physical events. Make yourself memorable, whether you are doing it online or you are doing it offline. Okay? Don't appear needy. Very important. Whether it's on Clubhouse, on Twitter Space, or on the island of Bahamas. Don't appear needy. Nobody likes needy people around them. I want should not be what you are looking at. How can you help them? How can you be part of what they are doing? That is what you want to focus on, even when you have a need. This is very, very important. If the first thing you are sending to somebody in their back channel is how they're going to do something for you, chances are that they're either going to block you or they're going to ignore you. Same way when you're in a physical environment, if the first thing out of your mouth, you just met somebody, is what you need, they are not your coach. You have not paid them any money. They don't know you from Adam. You can't keep telling them, this is what I want. You lose credibility. I was able to get access to Mike Filsem, Umar Martin, Matt Beshak, Mario Brown. Yeah, this is Mario Brown, the other guy that I was the one that was carrying the jukebox. Dr. Ben Atkins, Todd Gross, Sam Baker, Simon Disney, just by being at the same events with them. This is a costume party that some of these guys is crazy. The kind of networking you can create by going to these events. Enough said. Here is our strategic netpreneurs. Always plan to be at some events. I go to these cruises. I went for 7 years straight before I fell off the wagon. I'm going back on it. I'll be attending the one of January and the one of April next year, simply because I can afford it, and I believe every one of you can also afford it. I don't have cash in my account. Sometimes I charge, then I pay it back. You got to do what you got to do to get to where you need to be. Networking events, they are primary. So here is the summary. And now I'm going to summary of the pillar number 1, the strategic netpreneur mindset. First, did you get that 5? I know I wrote that a bit. Okay, come on now. Give me a 5. Give me a 5 that you got the block number 5. before I go to the summary. I know this is supposed to be not be more than 4 hours, but we're already at the 4-hour mark. I'm going to work harder to try to see if I can put it under 2 hours next week, because I know that learning fatigue may also step in. But this pillar is so important to me. The niche one next week, I can promise you, will not be more than 2 hours. Because most of you have already done most of that work. It's just for me to take you through it so that you can run your niche through what it's supposed to be and then cement it. So this first one, my apologies, is over 4 hours, but it's worth every minute. Okay, let's go to the summary and call it a day. Here is the summary. Developing a strategic netpreneurial success mindset. That is your pillar number 1. What is it? You have to operate the strategy of preeminence. You have to have a strategic plan and focus. You have to build products around one niche. You have to develop an army of affiliate relationships. And you have to outsource most of your business tasks. And then, of course, attend and maximize networking events. It's listed as 6 instead of 5 because I number the operating the strategy of preeminence. That should actually be foundation. But it's okay to list it as 6. Okay. All right. Develop a strategic mindset. Okay. 1 second here. I just saw something flash that I need to attend to immediately, or I'm going to lose $100. That is a part of what what I have to do for somebody today. Just give me a second here. Let me just go make a note to myself. Where is it now? Okay. Just 1 second. Guys, just give me. Now I'll be waiting for your questions, guys. You should have questions to. All right. Since I've submitted for today. All right, guys, what are your questions? Okay. Oh, sorry. I have one more slide. I have not finished. Then I'll take the questions. I just want you guys to have a screenshot of this. You have the blocks for molding the pillar number 1. If you like, call it 6. I like to refer to it as 5 with that number 1 as foundation. But maybe we should have it as number 1. Operate the strategy of preeminence. Get the book. Understand it better than I can explain it. You must have a strategic plan and focus. You must build products around one core niche. You must develop an army of affiliate relationships. That's an ongoing work that you'll be doing. Learn to outsource most of your business tasks if you can. And then finally, learn to attend and maximize networking events. So here's your homework. I'm going to fine tune it because I just did this morning. I really wanted to, once, what is it called? Eric sends Funke. I think I'm giving you that assignment, Funke. You are much more faster for me on that. I want to see all those questions I asked before. I want to put it right. And then I'm going to get Bayo to do a jot form. So for now, just write it down. But I'm going to send you a proper form that you're going to fill to submit this. So it's easier for you to do than getting so many documentation. So here is your own work for pillar number 1. Who are the people you want to serve? You are going to write it out clearly for me. In other words, who are the people, what niche, and who are the people you are providing your services for? Your business plan summary should have at least 4 things in there. Your SWOT analysis, your strength in that niche, your weakness, your opportunities and threats. What kind of products, excuse my typo, what kind of products are you offering? I need you to put it one by one, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1. You need to be clear. Is it books? Is it courses? Is it softwares? What is it? You got to put them down. What is your income projection for the year? Basically, how much do you want to make for over the next 12 months? And how much do you want to make per month? Just want you to write it down. And then I want you to give me an idea how you plan to get that money. It's one thing to say, I want to make $10,000 this year. That means nothing if you don't have a plan about how you're going to get it. To make $10,000 a year, you want to do $1,000 a month. And then you have to ask yourself, $1,000 a month means $30 a day. How do you plan to get that $30? What will you be doing to get it? So it forces you to think about how to actualize your plan so that you don't just go there and say, I want to make $1 million. It is when you are breaking it down, you are going to know that 100,000 is not easy to make like that. And then I want to see what exact hours you want to commit each day to your business. It's going to be a commitment that you're going to sign that I want to do this. Okay? So that way you have what you are chasing. Okay? We get that. I want you guys to write that down. You are going to get a cleaner one, but just get an idea for now. Write this down, and we're done with the workshop for pillar number 1 of the 7 pillars to 6 figures plan.